Well, let's say you're still dealing with a user who can't get to the internet. We had one scenario that was presented where it turns out the default gateway was incorrect. Well, what if you've resolved that, and yet the user still can't get to the internet? For instance, here I have on screen, let me fire up Internet Explorer, see if I can get to the internet. Well, that was pretty quick failure. Diagnose connection, nah, we're not, it's like I'm a real network admin, I'm going to figure this out myself. I clearly demonstrated I can't get to the internet. So next step usually is check my current situation. I'll do an IP config, and I'll go ahead and throw in this /all just so I can get all the information at once. Come up here, and well, it looks like I have an IP address here. I have a subnet mask. I have a default gateway. Let's see. Let's try this. Can I get to at least my default gateway, 10.1.0.1? And yes, I can get that far. All right, well, let's see. My favorite DNS server target that I have, let's try to get that far. Ping 4.2.2.2. Hey, wait a minute. I'm getting all the way to a DNS provider. If I scroll back up, let me check. Do I have DNS over here? DNS servers. Yeah, of course, they're internal, and they point out, so that should be good. In fact, I can verify that that's working. Can I ping google.com? Because they do reply. Now, this is really weird. I can ping my gateway. I can ping my DNS or a DNS provider, and I can ping my target, google.com. So what would be my next thing to check? Well, it seems like if my command prompt can resolve the name that I'm trying to get to, and my pings are working, maybe the problem specifically is with Internet Explorer itself. And if your user happens to be using Internet Explorer to get to the internet, then they're not getting there, that's our next step. Probably your first place you want to look inside Internet Explorer, and this is actually one of those very often attacked by malware or viruses where this gets corrupted or modified, is right here. If I go to Internet Options, I bring up this window and click on Connections. And in Connections, I have LAN settings. And look at this. Use a proxy server for your LAN. In this case, now, before the camera was turned on, I went in here and did some breaking. But notice it says 127.0.0.1 as a proxy server. Proxy, you think about the word proxy as something that fills in for me, substitutes for me. And some organizations would have a proxy server. It's like you go there, and then they get you the rest of the way to the internet. Well, in this case, we don't have a proxy server. And this is what I was saying, what a lot of viruses or malware will do, is to modify this for you and mess it up where this is not supposed to be checked, and yet it is. So I would say if you've done those other troubleshooting steps and you've pretty much narrowed it down, it's like it's just Internet Explorer itself that's not working, then use Firefox. No, let's go ahead and fix it. Let's uncheck the box and say OK and OK. And in fact, I'll close it completely. And let's fire it up again and see if that resolved our issue. 1, 2, 3 o'clock. There we go. That you'll find is one of the most often corrupted items if a user is browsing the internet and will click here to scan your computer, or click the flying monkey and Bill Gates will send you $5 for every person you forward it to. Those kind of things end up corrupting that particular setting. So you've checked the first things that I mentioned. Go there next and check and see if it's just that problem. So like I say, these troubleshooting, little snippets of troubleshooting is not meant to be comprehensive. I'm clearly not covering every possible troubleshooting scenario and steps in 3 to 5 minutes. But I'm trying to show, in 3 to 5 minutes at a time, various steps that are very commonly found to be bugs in various networks. So I hope it's been informative for you.